Alright, this should be working now. Let's see here.
Let's rock, baby.
So my headset appears to all be tangled up. Anyway, it's DMC1. It's time for this again because I tried to record 3. It's not going too well, so I figured get back into the swing of things. We're gonna do a little commentary run of the first DMC here.
Between the human world and
this is the HD version. I already did the PS2 version.
But somebody from the underworld woke up to justice.
And this is on PC. I did get a mod that fixes the audio issues, as far as I can tell, but a lot of the visual problems are still at play.
Until his death, he became a legend.
Speaking of problems still at play,
Sparda.
these demons, I don't think they're going to be a problem for a little while. Well, I mean, they're going to be a problem now, but they weren't a problem for quite a while because of our pal Sparda there. But now it seems trouble is back. This mysterious woman here, who could she be? The same one as the one on the logo, which is not at all strange.
Devil May Cry. Sorry, we closed at 9. Again, no password. I can't seem to get any real business. Whoa, slow down, babe. Well, well, what do we have here? Nature calls? It's in the back.
I think that subtitle's still incorrect.
So, you must be the handyman who'll take any dirty job. Am I correct?
Almost. I only take special jobs, if you know what I mean.
Now I swear this game is
You're the man who
perfectly
lost a
fine,
mother
and
and a
there's
brother to
no
evil 20 years ago.
weirdness gonna
The son of the
go on
legendary
with the
Dark Knight
story
Sparda,
with lines like that.
Mr. Dante.
Well, the way I figure it, in this business a lot of your kind comes around. And if I kill each one that comes, eventually I should hit the jackpot sooner or later.
There's gonna be no weirdness
In
going
that
on. My
case,
controller
You
keeps
should be
turning
used
off.
to this sort of thing.
Are you really the son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparda? Didn't your daddy teach you how to use a sword?
Sword. Time to go to work, guys.
Yeah, this is one of those sections of the cutscene where it's like the missing blur effects and everything do make it a lot less impressive. Sadly.
Even as a child, I had powers. There's demonic
This is still a
blood
pretty cool
in me.
cutscene though. I love this piano. It sounds like an old Resident Evil game. Which,
You were the first one to know
I
about
mean,
my vengeance.
it makes sense.
Looks like
I
I'm
think
getting
pretty much
close.
everybody knows why that is at this point with the whole RE4 thing. But,
It
still pretty
seems that
cool.
way, but I'm not your enemy. My name is Trish. I came here to
there's a
seek
lot
your
of
help.
interesting
Put an end to
crossover
the
between the
underworld.
older
What?
Resident Evil games and this actually, like, even just beyond the fact that this was almost RE4. There's a bunch of cool stuff, like, you can see a lot in the concept art, but even stuff like the blades have some of
20
the
years ago,
hunters'
Mundus, the Emperor of the
attacks.
Underworld,
Like, they have the
resurrected.
kind of jumping, like, claw swipe attack that the hunters have in Resident Evil.
His powers were sealed by Sparda. He's attempting to gain control.
And
of
I
the
love
human
this line
world
here,
once again.
where Trish just runs out of breath mid-sentence because they have her read like 3 parts that are just like a paragraph long. I love this game. This is this. I don't know that it's my favorite in this series. Like it's either it's a close race
castle
between
is
this
above this
3 and
cliff.
5.
Come on, let's go.
I know 3 is, I think, generally considered the best, and then 5 is also really high up there. But there's something about DMC1 that's just always like I can come back to this any day and have fun with it. It's probably my most played, like, start to finish game in terms of actually like beating the game. It is having a weird frame rate issue right now though, so hopefully that's not too much of a problem. If it is, I'll just, I don't know. If it's too much of a problem, I'll switch and start over on the PS2. But I mean, it's starting over with DMC1 is not gonna be an issue. So you know, if it comes to that, it comes to that. I'll probably be using a control hack though to give it the Japanese controls. It doesn't edit any of the difficulty stuff in that version, but it does change the controls to be, you know, sane instead of what the original had, where it was like, do you like jump on triangle and the melee attack on circle, because that's what the original was. It was truly just a bizarre time. Now I'm not gonna bother with the little text blurbs for now that you can read. I know previous playthrough I tried to get all of those. I know I missed a couple, but it's been like 5 years. I don't remember which ones I missed. I'm running into the wall there. And also this is gonna be kind of a different run. This is gonna be a much faster run because one, this is on PC. It's much quicker to record it on here versus console, where I have to set up a bunch of stuff to be able to record it and then go through all the editing and everything. This is just like it's gonna go a lot faster. So that should be nice, assuming this, you know, anything comes of this. It probably won't, because I can't stand my own commentary, but we'll see. There we go, Dante. Come up here, you get 100 red orbs, so you don't have to deal with all that other... You can skip, I know speedrunners will do that, where they just skip collecting the orbs in this level, but, you know, I want to have those for later. The other thing that's going to make this a lot easier than the PS2 version, I considered playing hard for this, but decided against it because, I don't know, it's been a while, and I just wanted to do something a little easy for now. Just get back into the swing of rotating stuff on here. Plus, like, commentary, it's kind of hard to come up with stuff. Part of why it's going to be easier, though, is because the HD version of this game uses the original Japanese release of the game as its base, which is why the controls are pretty much the same. The only difference is if you're playing like a Western release of the game, like I am, obviously, it's the usual circle, confirm, X, cancel, flip around between the two regions, wherein if I was playing this on PS2 with the control hack, that would be the case, but here it's like X is confirm and circles cancel, which just makes sense. But more importantly than that, the difficulty change in this version. Basically, I should not be getting hit by this. Hang on. Can you attack the right enemy there? Anyway, the difficulty change in this version is Dante, what are you doing? There we go. Basically, in the PS2 version, in the American and PAL release, there is 20% reduction on damage dealt by the player, and then 20% more damage done to the player. On normal and hard. They don't change Dante Must Die at all, as far as I'm aware, but normal and hard, it messes with it a bit. It's why the Sargassos, the kind of skull enemies that you fight in like the underwater area, are a lot more annoying to deal with because they take 2 shots instead of 1. I'll try to get all the blue orb, or not blue orb, all the I'll get all the blue orbs. I know where they all are, but the red orb clusters. But I think there's still a couple that I don't remember. There's also some bonus red orbs that I'm not gonna bother to get. I'll leave the ones in mission 3 because I always like to leave those for later. But there's if you go back in one of the later missions to where you get the Ifrit gauntlet weapon, there's more red orbs you can get if you go up there. Like there's a giant cluster of them. But I don't remember exactly what the trigger is because I did it on New Game Plus usually rather. Plus, there's not really a whole lot of reason to go back there. It's more just because it's nice seeing those environments at night. You can actually go back to the secret mission in that part of the game, like the kind of area outside of the second Angel fight. You can see that at night. It's really nice looking. But you know, that's for later in the game. For now, this is the first mission. Very simple stuff. You know, you fight the enemies. Dante's a little weird to control in this because he has 2 different pause combos that are on the same input. So you have like, if you do a, well that's 3 hit. If you like wait for a while, you get this kind of million stabs one. But if you do a quick one, you get the 5-hit version of the combo that you can do. If you're in Devil Trigger with Alastor, that's kind of your default combo. And it's strange because it's like they're both on the same hit that you pause on, compared to like if this was 5, for example, where they have 2 different pause combos for the sword. You do one is like 1 hit then pause, and then one is 2 hit then pause. This is both of them are 2 hits then pause. It's also weird because in 3 and 4 and the first 2 swords Dante gets in 5, it's 1 hit then pause. So it's a little weird the inputs on it. But that was mission 1. It's pretty easy. There's nothing really noteworthy about it. I'm not gonna bother saving because I don't even know if I'm necessarily gonna finish this. This is more just a test recording to kind of get used to it. I don't know why I opened that. There's no weapon I can upgrade yet. But now we're in mission 2. There is a blue orb through here. There we go. That brings us up to 5 of them. I'll try to do all the secret missions. There's one that is kind of up in the air early on because I don't feel like doing the whole, you know, grind out phantom fights in the beginning of mission 4. So we'll see how that goes, but I mean it should be fine. The HD version, like I said, it is a bit easier in this one, so it's entirely possible. You just gotta be very careful because it has this annoying thing where it's a one and done. So if you screw it up and die, then you gotta. Assuming you didn't save, if you didn't save, you can just replay the mission. Assuming you saved before that, obviously. But if you lose it, you gotta reload your save. Otherwise, it's done for that playthrough. It's weird, and it doesn't come back in other games because it's annoying. I don't know why it's even a thing in this one, because there's only like 2 missions in the game that are like that. Or 2 secret missions. My timing is just completely off. I have no clue to this day how you able to consistently keep rank in DMC1. I don't know what's going on with the style system in this. Or not the style system, the style ranking in this, but it's something alright. Speaking of something alright, this sword is the best sword in any of these games. Alastor, I love this thing's design. Also, this text that didn't read on my copy on the PS2 when I recorded it for some reason. I don't know why. It was very strange. But a fun thing about it is that Alastor is actually a boss in Beautiful Joe. And in Beautiful Joe 2, he has a kind of devil form that basically looks like a more cartoony version of the Devil Trigger from this. And the first time that you fight him, he actually gives that monologue that the text just had a second ago. So that's pretty cool. I love this cutscene too. Like there was a thing I was working on for a while, and like this scene was very inspirational to a part of that. It's just really cool. It is a little goofy that his head goes through the hilt of the sword at the end there, but you know, don't worry about that. There you go, there's Alastor. This is gonna be the main weapon for most of the game. Now, some people don't know this, but there is instant, like, or not instant, but there is weapon switching in DMC1, but it's on the R3 button, like the right stick, for some reason. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just how it works. Speaking of weapons we're gonna be using all game, this shotgun, which... First off, the sound of this thing. That is the powered up, like, upgraded Resident Evil 2 shotgun right there. So, that's your first sign that this thing is absolutely busted. If you kind of fidget around, you can cancel the reload animation. Also, if you... It's kind of hard to do here, but... you can do this too, but... If you let go of lock-on while you move and shoot, it's a little trickier to do, but it basically means you can fire it a lot faster, and it's really effective against a lot of the enemies. The shotgun in Devil May Cry 1 is absolutely busted. Like so. Like, it's already good on its own for damage, but just the stuff you can get away with this thing. People act like guns weren't good in Devil May Cry 1, which, like, I understand that their primary function is as combo extenders for the most part, but you can tell this is when they didn't quite fully have that idea in mind, because there are some that are just ridiculously powerful. The grenade gun later in the game is also pretty crazy, but the shotgun is gonna be kind of the keystone gun of this game. Part of it is also because you can use it in the air, where the grenade gun you can't. And also because Nightmare Beta, the other gun, uses the Devil Trigger as charge for its shot. Speaking of Devil Trigger, now that you have Alastor, you have that. So you can see here, you don't need to do a pause for the 5-hit anymore, so that's pretty cool. Also, if you taunt, that's how you charge Devil Trigger faster. And now that you have Alastor as well, you can actually get... I keep getting grabbed by these things today. You can actually get moves from the sword now. I'll probably just get the next mission, because honestly there's not really this mission. But it's nice to be able to upgrade it. If you beat the game on hard, you get the ability to play as Sparda. And when you play as Sparda, you get a sword called Yamato, which Virgil has in later games, so if you ever play those, you're probably not familiar with those, obviously they're more popular. But it is in this game, but it doesn't have its unique moveset that it gets later on. It just has the Alastor moveset. What's confusing is that you upgrade the moves for Alastor and Ifrit, but if you use Yamato, it'll also get whatever moves you buy for them. And also, when you switch to Ifrit, it doesn't give you a different model, it just switches to the kind of unarmed fighting style. I was hoping to get up to S, but I guess that's not happening. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that again. I can open this up. Actually, before I open this up, this thing over here, I have never actually used this, but this is part of some puzzle in mission 5, I believe. It's the one where you get the little orb that you have to get it to the door before the timer runs out. You have so much time. I've never actually... Apparently that's what it's related to. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I hear. I've always wondered what that thing is for, because I have no idea. But I looked this up kind of recently, and that was apparently what it's for. You have so much time in that mission, though, so I don't think you'll ever run into dealing with that. I like that little garden behind the door there too. It kind of reminds me of this one area in Castlevania and Symphony of the Night on the Saturn version specifically. There was like a little hidden garden if you went back outside after a certain point in the game. I didn't really talk much about the puppet enemies. There's not really all that much to note. They have a couple different weapons they can use, like the shotgun. They can be a bit of a problem. I don't know why I didn't move there. These guys have a really cool detail where if you knock their weapon away, you can do it with either a shotgun blast or a sword hit, like attack. If you line up a headshot, you can do this with the pistols too, it doesn't have to be the shotgun. But if you do that, it'll have an instant kill move. So that's always fun. It's a bit more obvious when they come back in Devil May Cry 5 because they have a kind of red glow around them when you're able to do that. But it did start in the first game. Now we're to mission 3. This is where the first boss fight is going to happen. So, my advice, get Stinger first. Air Raid can be helpful against this boss. On normal, Air Raid is really good. It kind of loses its usefulness on the higher difficulties, especially Dante Must Die. Like, it's basically useless there. But on normal, if you're struggling, it can kind of carry you through some of the game, because it's basically you fly around and shoot lightning. You'll see it later. Cool thing, if you go to this door, you don't have to walk over the artifact and shoot. I haven't talked much about the puzzle objects in this game, but they're interesting. I am not familiar enough with the whatever various artifacts from different legends and mythology and various religion that they take these from. But it's a cool part of the game. It gives it a lot of character. They come back in the second and third game. I think 4 has like a couple objects here and there that are like puzzle related, but not really that many. And then 5 is there's bugs that you pick up at some point for doors, but that's it. So The reboot doesn't have anything. You can see this is much easier compared to my PS2 run of this game. Like, it took 2 shots for them there, just because of the damage reduction. Whereas normally it's really just the one. Now, there are blue orbs here. I'm debating whether or not I should get the other one, because there's not really much. I'll leave it, because I'm going to be probably going back over there, because this secret mission is kind of rough, if I'm being honest. I always have a bit of trouble with it. But you don't get that secret mission until you beat the boss, so let's go take care of that first. Fun thing about this cutscene, in Bayonetta 3, they actually recreate it pretty much shot for shot, and even bring back a remix of the song. Interesting. Another one of those cases of like bringing back stuff from various games. A lot of the people that worked on DMC1 went to Platinum, as far as I'm aware. I don't think many of them are still there. I know Kamiya is at Clover's, working on the Okami sequel at the time. So hopefully that's good. He's never actually... I mean, to date this is when that game is still a little ways off, so we haven't actually seen a Kamiya-directed sequel to one of his games, so almost as interesting as what the hell just happened there. That was ridiculous. I've never had that stuck in me. This is not going well. I was not... It's definitely like a LP curse, I'm guessing, because it's usually... I have never had this go this poorly since probably like the first time I played the game. This is probably pathetic right now. So the fixed camera in this game, it doesn't really bother me that much. Like I kind of like it. I think it frames the game pretty interestingly. But sometimes you can get into a bit of trouble because it messes with the controls. And unlike Resident Evil or Onimusha, which were before this, those all have tank controls. This doesn't, obviously, because it's much faster paced. So I guess they figured like that's not really going to work out for this. It does make it a little awkward to control when the camera switches, and in a really tight space like a boss fight like that, it can get pretty hairy. So, of course that would be the attempt that gets on camera here. Not something good. No, the pathetic one where this is probably the worst I've played since like the first time. I think I've already messed this up, so I guess we'll see how this goes. Oh no! Yeah, what do you know? This used to give me a lot of trouble, this mission, just because I didn't know exactly where on the... like, what the kind of sweet spot for shooting the head of the thing was. I used to just jump and shoot, and then just jump and shoot again and hope that it worked, but at this point, kinda got a feel for it. I mean, I would hope that's the case. I've been playing this game for like a decade now, so, you know, probably good to have figured out one of the more famous tricks in the game by now. So, but yeah, get your blue orbs, head back away, that'll take care of this one. I'll save here. That bulls. There is no way that was an S. That was S for stupid. Maybe that was ridiculous. So I'm gonna end this recording here, I guess, and pick back up in a second. Just because I'll try to do the sacred mission. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it right now, but you know, give it a shot. So see you then.